Speaking of Dr. Fauci, not a man that you would ever think would rush to the president's defense on anything, not somebody that any intelligent, reasonable human being would ever say is a pro-Trump partisan. But when you're thinking about the Fauci, you got to remember, he's already come out there and said this whole Trump, remember, the allegation here is that Trump dishonestly downplayed the virus. What's the strategy here? No one ever answers that question. You're going to tell everybody, it's no big deal in February and hope they don't notice all the infections and people dying in March and April and May? No. What's a realistic explanation for this? The president was trying to avoid panicking people while he was taking government action based upon the experts that he inherited from our health bureaucracy. But there's one health bureaucrat who's at least willing to say that, no, sorry, this whole Woodward thing about how he played something down, it's not true. Play 7.
I don't recall anything different than in our discussions that we had with the president that he said things quite similar publicly. So I didn't read the book. I didn't really go over any of the text since it just came out. But, when in my discussions and the discussions of other task force members with the president, we're talking about the reality of what was going on. And then when we would get up in front of the press conferences, which were very, very common after our discussions with the president, he really didn't say anything different than we discussed when we were with him. So I may not be tuned in to the right thing that they're talking about, but I didn't really see any discrepancies between what he told us and what we told him and what he ultimately came out publicly and said.
So did you get a sense that he was or wasn't playing this down?
No, I didn't. I didn't get any sense that he was distorting anything. I mean, in my discussions with him, they were always straightforward about the concerns that we had. We related that to him, and when he would go out, I'd hear him discussing the same sort of things.
Was Trump distorting things? Here is the president's chief scientific advisor on all of this saying, no, he wasn't. So what are we even talking about? Shouldn't this be case closed? Shouldn't this be, what's all the hubbub? Oh, of course not, because this is all for a purpose, and the purpose is not the truth. As people have pointed out, including the president, who pointed out before, isn't it interesting? And I got a retweet from the president today, just saying, but isn't it interesting that Bob Woodward would be willing to hold on to all of this? Willing to hold on to all of this for months and months and months to make sure that he could drop it with his book sales, to make sure that it would benefit him. If the president was really that clear and present a danger to public health, wouldn't Woodward, as a journo who's supposed to be speaking the truth to the public so they can make informed decisions for our democracy, wouldn't a journo have to come forward right away and say, guys, the president's lying to you about this virus and he's putting your lives at risk? If you really believed that right away, wouldn't you be a moral monster to hold on to that information? I think the answer is most decidedly yes. And so what does that tell us about this? All these books that you see that are, these anti-Trump books, they always have to sell them with one or two juicy tidbits. There's always one or two things that they'll throw into the mix that's, here's the big bombshell revelation. Then people buy the book, they realize it's slapdash, not that interesting, a lot of just trying to fill up space on the pages to justify the $25 hardcover price. And you realize the revelations weren't even really revelations. Trump, way back when, was dealing with Jim Acosta, the hostile press corps, in the early days of the pandemic. And this is what he said about his response to this. Play clip 1.
What do you say to Americans who believe that you got this wrong?
And I do want them to stay calm. And we are doing a great job. If you look at those individual statements, they're all true. Stay calm. It will go away. You know it is going away. And it will go away. And we're going to have a great victory. And it's people like you and CNN that say things like that it's why people just don't want to listen to CNN anymore. You could ask a normal question. The statements I made are, I want to keep the country calm. I don't want panic in the country. I could cause panic much better than even you. I would make you look like a minor league player. But you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to have our country be calm and strong and fight and win. And it will go away. And it is incredible, the job that all of these people are doing, putting them all together, the job that they're doing. I am very proud of the job they're doing, that Mike Pence is doing, that the task force has done, that Honeywell and Procter & Gamble and Mike and all of these people have done. I'm very proud. It's almost a miracle, and it is, the way it's all come together. And instead of asking a nasty, snarky question like that, you should ask a real question.
President making very clear that was months and months and months ago. It's like, yeah, I don't want people to panic. It is going to go away. What's the alternative to it's going to go away? It's never going to go away? Our society is ruined. Civilization as we know it is over? I don't think that would be an intelligent thing for Trump to say, which is why he didn't, which is why he was saying we're going to win. But Democrats want the country to lose. That's the problem.
Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.